Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the City Hallfield Softball Complex for this afternoon's contest between Concord and your Carson-Newman Eagles. A reminder that Carson-Newman and the NCAA promote good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and spectators. We request your cooperation by supporting the participants and officials in a positive manner. Profanity, racial, or sexist comments or other intimidating actions directed at officials, student athletes, coaches, or student representatives will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal from the site of competition. Also, the consumption or possession of alcoholic beverages at the site of competition is prohibited. Now, let's meet the starting lineup. First for Concord. Number 5, Kylie Stacy. Number 10, Jolie Cribbett. Number 22, Sarah Thompson. Number 11, Courtney Raines. Number 2, Lacey Lewis. Number 36, Morgan Klein. Number 3, Lorelei Ellerby. Number 16, Kayla Petraw. Number 1, Imani Campbell. And number 13, Caitlin Bauer. And now, the starting lineup for your Carson-Newman Eagles. In left field from Powell, Tennessee, a 5'5" sophomore, number 24, Lily Holston. In center field from Alcoa, Tennessee, a 5'6" junior, number 18, Sienna Cameron. In right field, Saudi Daisy, Tennessee, a 5'7" senior, number 4, Mary Vandergrift. Third baseman from Orange, Connecticut, a 5'5" senior, number 42, Brooke Matasovsky. At shortstop from Knoxville, Tennessee, a 5'7" sophomore, number 2, Hayden Guy. At second baseman from Gaston, Alabama, a 5'5" freshman, number 14, Abby Martin. First baseman from Harrison, Tennessee, a 5'4" junior, number 12, Macy Hughes. At catcher for the Eagles from Cross Plains, Tennessee, a 5'9" freshman, number 40, Macaulay Bailey. And pitching today for the Eagles from Graysville, Tennessee, a 5'4" sophomore, 00, Sierra Rogers. At this time, we ask that you please rise for the playing of our national anthem.
A pleasant good afternoon in Mossy Creek, opening day for Carson-Newman softball as it takes on Concord for a doubleheader. The Eagles taking on this Concord team. They met last season and the Eagles got it done in 5 innings. As pitching today for Carson-Newman is Riley Gaddis. The freshman delivers the first pitch at 12:03, and it's ball 1 to Kaylee Stacy. Stacy is the third baseman today, a sophomore with 33 runs batted in, or 33 runs scored, I should say, last year. Top 20 in the Mountain East Conference in that category. Lefty digs back in and gets set for a 1-0 from Gaddis. And there's the first strike of the year for Carson-Newman softball. Riley Gaddis, 5'10 freshman from Southside, Alabama. Can swing the bat left-handed, will pitch right-handed as she gets back into the circle, winds and delivers a 1-1. It's slapped right back to her. Good glove there from Gaddis, throwing on to first, and Hughes secures it for the first out. A 1-3 put out to open things up here at Vicky Kazee Hollifield Softball Complex. Second base on the right side of the infield with Hughes is Abby Martin. The left side is Hayden Dye alongside the third baseman, the newcomer Brooke Matyovsky. The outfield left to right is Holston, Cameron, and Vandergriff. First pitch delivered in by Gaddis is inside and high for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes, 38-degree day. Overcast skies here in Mossy Creek. Don't expect much precipitation, just chillier temperatures on February 1st. 1-0 pitch missed low, and it's ball 2. At the plate for Concord is Jolie Privet, the senior, playing in her 85th career game. Also swings from the left side. 2-0 offering, swung on and missed. Strike 1 to Privet. Hit .295 in her 3 seasons, heading into her 4th now. A .295 hitter last year. Her worst year statistically at the plate, .275 though. Her previous 2 years are underclassmen years, freshman and sophomore season, she hit above .300. Took a dip in the batting average category last year, and watches a pitch go low and into the turf for ball 3. 3 balls and 1 strike with 1 gone in the top of the first inning. Carson-Newman 32-3 all-time in season openers. It beat Florida Tech a season ago 10-2 to open up the 2022 season. Got back on the winning streak track to start seasons after King had snapped what was a 9 consecutive opening day streak. Here's a softly hit ball to the right side. Martin comes up, throws on to Hughes, who extends and secures the ball for the second out. So a 4-3 put out, a couple of ground ball outs for Gaddis and the Eagles, and there's quickly 2 gone. Two outs in the inning, and that'll bring in Sarah Thompson, the graduate student, one of the top hitters for this Concord team last year. Hit .325, led the team with nearly 30 runs batted in as well. As Gaddis takes a long look in to her catcher Bailey. The freshman Macaulay Bailey gets the start behind the dish. First pitch is right at the knees for a strike. Bailey will work with Gaddis here in game 1, a freshman from Cross Plains, Tennessee. A couple of freshmen going to get it done, pitcher and catcher duo here in the opener this afternoon. 0-1 offering to Thompson is lined right to the shortstop Dye. 3 up, 3 down. All 3 plays made of the infield. A line drive out to Hayden Dye, and the sophomore caps off a 1-2-3 top half of the first. The Eagles come to the plate for the first time in 2023 after this on the Eagles Sports Network.
Hungry at lunch? Show your business card at Domino's in Jefferson City and Morristown when you make your purchase for pickup or delivery to get 25% off the entire order. That's 25% off your order at Domino's in Jeff City and Morristown when you show your business card. Call 865-471-6700 to get a pizza. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles.
Back for the bottom of the first inning. The starting lineup in the batting order for Carson-Newman. To begin things at the plate will be Sienna Cameron, the center fielder. Lily Holston, the left fielder, will bat second. Macy Hughes will bat third. She's the first baseman. So that's who's due up for Carson-Newman to open things up at the plate in 2023. A team last year that hit .357 at the plate, 37 home runs last year, and 381 runs. The first pitch in from Caitlin Bauer is off to the left and away from our catcher, Lorelei Ellerby, and off the plate for ball one. Cameron, a preseason second team All-South Atlantic Conference pick. Watches the next one in from Bauer go to the outside for ball two. 2 balls, no strikes to Carson-Newman's leadoff hitter and the center fielder, Cameron. 2-0 line, and the pitch is again just outside from the right-handed pitcher, Bauer, who kind of looks back, wondering where that one was and thought maybe it had just got enough of the plate. Instead, it's the third straight ball to open things up in the bottom of the first. 3-0 pitch is low, ball four. So a 4-pitch walk to open things up for Carson-Newman in the bottom of the first inning, and it draws Carson-Newman's first base runner of the year in Sienna Cameron to bring up Lily Holston. That was an issue for Bauer last season. Struggled with the walks, and when she pitched against the Eagles last year, went 2 innings and walked 7 hitters. In those 6 outs, she was able to record. Holston from the right side swings and fouls one back into the netting for strike one. Bauer, though, last year a team-high 3.46 ERA. Her and Rachel Collar both back for this season, combined for 17 wins. All 17 wins, that is, for Concord. 1-0-1's high, runner takes off, and Cameron, she's able to get to second base safely. The ball got away from the shortstop, Lewis, and it went into center field, and so safe into second base is Cameron, and now a runner in scoring position for Lily Holston. One ball, one strike to Carson-Newman's left fielder, Holston. She pops one up in foul ground. It's the first baseman heading backward and making a catch. Thompson able to make the catch in foul ground to retire Holston. The transfer from East Tennessee State fouls out and pops out in foul territory for the first out of the first inning. That'll bring up Macy Hughes to the plate for Carson-Newman with 1 out and 1 on in the bottom of the first inning. First pitch, breaking ball in there from Bauer at the knees to Hughes for strike one. Macy Hughes, also a second-team all-preseason sack pick, 8th in the country a season ago with 64 runs driven in. Also had 14 home runs. Was one of Carson-Newman's best hitters a season ago. Hit above 400. And is expected to take on, yet again, that role of driving in runs and being a huge part of this offense. 1-1 strike to Hughes. The pitch in from Bauer and high, ball two. Macaulay Bailey will hit next. She's in the cleanup spot. Hayden Dyes 5th. Brooke Matejovsky is 6. Riley Gaddis 7. Mary Vandergriff 8. And Abby Martin round out the lineup for Carson-Newman. 2-1 is also high. And after a first pitch strike, Bauer has fallen behind 3-1 strike. Hitters count for Carson-Newman's first baseman, with Cameron standing on second base and 1 out in the bottom of the first. No score between the Eagles and Concord, and that one is taken right off the left elbow of Hughes. Bauer tried to go to the inside part of the plate, and Hughes gets hit by the pitch. So a walk and then a stolen base has Cameron at second, and Hughes gets hit by a pitch and heads to first. The Mountain Lions 17-35 a season ago. In 52 games, they fell in 5. Got run ruled by Carson-Newman a season ago. Seeking revenge here today as the first pitch to Bailey is fouled back off the mitt of the catcher for the Mountain Lions, Lorelei Ellerby. In the field for Concord, right side, it's Thompson, the first baseman. Courtney Raines is the second baseman. The shortstop is Lacey Lewis. The third baseman's Kaylee Stacy. Campbell's in left. Kaylee McCaw is in center field. And Julie Privet is the right fielder. Imani Campbell, I mentioned the left fielder, missed most of the year last year with an injury. Ball on a strike with 1 out and 2 on for Carson-Newman in the bottom of the first. Bailey's pitch is hit into left field, base hit. It gets through. Michael Graves will hold Cameron, and everybody moves up a base. The stop sign was put up from head coach Michael Graves as Sienna Cameron began to round third base. They're not going to test the arm of Imani Campbell. Instead, they'll load the bases and bring Hayden Dye to the plate. Hayden Dye was the only Eagle last year to start all 53 games. Hit .314 as a freshman a season ago, and a great opportunity to pick up a couple of runs batted in here in the opener in her first plate appearance of the year. And Bauer's first pitch is low to Dye for ball one. Cameron at third, Hughes at second, Bailey at first. The 1-0 fouled back by Dye. Eagles 19-1 in home openers, beat Lees McRae 5-2 and 5-3 last season on February 9th. Bauer's 1-1 is high, ball two. Already some important pitches that Caitlin Bauer has to make here in the season opener for the Mountain Lions. It's this solid Carson-Newman lineup. 2-1 high. Guy laid off the high fastball, and there's 3 balls and 1 strike on Carson-Newman's shortstop. Eagles previously had won 18 straight home openers. That was halted in 2021. King defeated Carson-Newman. This ball's popped up in foul ground. Thompson will give it a look, and it's going to end up in the dugout. So, Guy just barely gets that one out of play enough to not allow Thompson to make a play. And the count is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes on Carson-Newman's shortstop, Hayden Dye. Bases full of Eagles in the bottom of the first and one out. Bauer looks into her catcher. Ellerby has the sign and now winds in the 3-2 offering. Bounced in, and it's ball 4, and the Eagles will walk in their first run of 2023. A good at bat from Hayden Dyer, first run batted in. And she's able to draw a walk in. Sienna Cameron scores, and the Eagles strike first with still just one out in the inning. First pitch again from Bauer is popped up right side. It's in foul ground, and it's out of play. Right fielder and second baseman gave it a look after Brooke Matisovsky fouled one off. Matisovsky, a D3 All-American transfer from Eastern Connecticut. D3 All-American, had a great season last year for Eastern Connecticut. And draws the start at third base and hitting in the 6th spot for Michael Graves here in the season opener. For next pitch in, Matisovsky is fouled off, and foul ground. The third baseman barely holds on to it on that left side, right in front of the Mountain Lions dugout. It's Kylie Stacy, I should say, making the catch, and there's 2 outs. So a pop out brings Riley Gaddis to the plate with 2 outs, and the bases still loaded for Carson-Newman. First pitch to Gaddis is one ball, no strikes, 2 outs in the inning. Next one in from Bauer misses for ball 2. Three of the 7 hitters now for Carson-Newman have seen at least a 3-ball count in this first inning. Make that 4, actually. 4 of Carson-Newman's 7 hitters to the plate have seen 3 balls from Bauer. The 3-0 is high, and she walks in another run. Gaddis watches all 4 pitches go by, and Macy Hughes scores, so the bases remain loaded. It's 2-0 Carson-Newman. Bauer had the issue with walks last year against the Eagles, walked 7, and really struggled a season ago. And that continues here into 2023 for Bauer. And that'll bring Mary Vandergrift to the plate. And the base is still loaded here in the bottom of the first, and the Eagles ahead by 2 runs. Mound visit from Alyssa Morris, the second-year head coach. We mentioned 17-35 record a season ago. Trying to calm Bauer down and get out of this first inning with limited damage. Ground ball from Vandergrift right side. Easy play for the second baseman, Rains, and that'll end the inning. So the mound visit works for Concord. A couple of walks, though, from Bauer with the bases loaded allow Carson-Newman to take the 2-0 lead. We're back after this. Eagles lead at 2-0 here on Flow Sports.
I get my power from my co-op so I can put my energy into my family.
Into waking up the neighborhood. Latte for Christine.
I get my power from the co-op, so I can put my energy into planting seeds for a brighter future.
Touchstone Energy Cooperatives, power to your community, for your community, so your energy can go into the things that matter most to you.
My 69 Camaro.
Who powers you?
AEC, the right call for your energy needs. Let us help you score success.
When you're sick and tired of fast food and need a fresh home-cooked meal, turn to Lisa's Country Kitchen. Lisa's been cooking up her fresh, never frozen food for the Lakeway area for more than 15 years. Lisa's cares about her customers. You may enter a stranger, but you'll leave a friend. From foot-long hot dogs to juicy steaks, Lisa's has the best food for the best prices.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
All right, back for the top of the second inning. The Eagles only get one hit in that bottom of the first inning, but they scored twice because of a couple walked-in runs by Caitlin Bauer. And it's 2-0 Carson-Newman in the top of the second inning. And to the plate for the Mountain Lions is the second baseman, Courtney Rain. She made the play to end that first inning. And lines one into left field, backtracking. It's off the glove and hits the turf. It's Holston who was retreating back and backpedaling. Had to go off her mitt and fall into the field of play. And that's a base runner for Concord for Courtney Rains. So Rains aboard now with Lewis to the plate. First pitch swinging was Rains. The next one in from Gaddis, the first one I should say, into Lewis is a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. To Lacey Lewis. Lewis, a freshman from Jefferson High School in West Virginia, trying to start here in the opener at shortstop for Alyssa Morris's team. Gaddis winds and delivers, and it's fouled back. Upon a strike to Lewis, the 5'6" freshman. So Gaddis working for the first time in 2023. With a runner on base after the 1-2-3 smooth first inning. She's got the sign from her fellow freshman catcher, Macaulay Bailey, and the pitch is bounced in. It's ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike to Lacey Lewis here in the top of the second with Carson-Newman ahead 2-0. Gaddis winds and delivers a 2-1. It's in there for a strike, and the count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Gaddis, as a junior at Alexandria High School, tallied a 29-8 record, 324 strikeouts, and earned run average below 1.3, and helped that team to a 5A Final Four appearance that year at the state tournament. She was a really good hitter, to hit 500. This one is a wild pitch that goes over the head of Bailey, and sliding into second base is Rains, and she's able to advance on the wild pitch. So the ball going over the mid of Bailey gets away, and the count works full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Three-two offering, fouled back. Bailey will give it a look, and it's out of play. Gaddis back into the circle with Lewis at the plate and Raines at second. Still no one out here in the top of the second. Eagles by 2 here in the top of the second after a couple of walked-in runs from Bauer. Long look in, and now the offering from Gaddis is hit well, but foul. And one hops off a white Honda in foul ground. Good swing from Lewis. She was well out in front of that offering from Gaddis. And we'll live to see another pitch. It'll be pitch number 8 in this at-bat. Another 3-2. Another pitch that's fouled back and out of play. Bailey gives it a try along this near side, unable to get to it. And for the third consecutive time, we'll have another 3-2 pitch. This battle between Lewis and Gaddis continues. A pair of true freshmen battling here in the top of the second inning. Lewis back into the batter's box from the right side. Gaddis has the sign and now winds and delivers a payoff pitch. It's lined right back up the middle, and one hops into the glove of Cameron. And getting the stop sign at third base is Raines. A strong throw in from Sienna Cameron. Holds the runner Raines at third. And it's another single here in the second for Concord. Back-to-back singles to open up this second inning, and there's runners on the corners and still no one out. Morgan Klein to the plate for the Mountain Lions. Another freshman with an opportunity, and she'll line one into left field. It's over the head of Holston, and it's going to get to the wall. This will score one. Getting the go sign is Raines at the plate. She's tagged out. A strong relay throw in, and Bailey applies the tag to record the first out. Excellent work on the relay from left field, and Holston, who had to go all the way to the wall to retrieve it. Dye cuts off the throw in and guns out Lewis at the plate. One run does score, so it's 2-1 off the RBI double from Morgan Klein. Lewis thrown out at the plate to keep the Eagles ahead 2-1. That'll bring Lorelei Ellerby to the plate. So, again, early in counts, Concord has been aggressive. Second time in the inning they've swung and hit the first pitch. This time Ellerby takes the first one for a strike. Ellerby, another freshman on this Mountain Lions team. She'll take one low for ball one. 23 of the 28 players on this roster for the Mountain Lions are underclassmen, including 13 freshmen. We've already mentioned several in the lineup here in game number one, but a young Mountain Lion team that Alyssa Morris has. As Gaddis winds and delivers a pitch that gets away from the catcher Bailey. Throw to third, not in time, as Klein's able to slide in safely. Ball two on Ellerby. And now a sacrifice fly is in play here for the Mountain Lions, trailing 2-1 with a runner at third and one out. After a brief visit, Gaddis back into the circle and a 2-1 pitch. In there for a strike. Good response by Gaddis to even up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. 1 out in the inning. And the Eagles ahead 2-1. Runner at third for the Mountain Lions. 2-2. Fouled back. It looked like a low pitch that time from Gaddis and maybe chased by Ellerby. But protecting the plate with 2 strikes, fouls it off and stays alive in her first plate appearance with the Mountain Lions. Another 2-2 from Gaddis. It's hit softly to third. Matisovsky comes up and is able to field it cleanly and throw on to Hughes at first for the second out. Did a good job to look down the runner, Klein at third, not allowing her to take off for home, and made a strong throw to Hughes for the second out. Exactly what Carson-Newman wanted to happen. Get a ground ball, hold Klein at third, not allow her to get home, while at the same time recording the second out of the inning. So a 5-3 putout, and now with 2 outs in the inning, it's Kayla McCraw, the center fielder, to hit for the first time. She hits in the 8th spot for the Mountain Lions. Amani Campbell is the 9 hitter to round out this Mountain Lions batting lineup. 1 ball and no strikes, 2 outs, already 1 across for Concord in the inning. Gaddis winds in the pitch is hit well into center field. Cameron a couple of steps back just beyond the CN logo out there in center field. Makes the catch to end the inning. Concord gets their first 2 hits of the game. They drive in a run, but the Eagles still lead it 2-1. We'll head to the bottom of the second here on the Eagles Sports Network.
We select our insurance companies the same way you do, very carefully. When you work with us, you can count on receiving fast, courteous, and professional service and quality protection through Auto Owners Insurance. For a no-problem approach for your life, home, car, and business insurance needs, ask us about the No Problem Company, Auto Owners Insurance. Call Bible Insurance Agency at 423-586-4320 or go by 1600 East Andrew Johnson Highway in Morristown, serving the Lakeway area's insurance needs since 1931.
At InterDigital, we strive to be a leading provider of cutting-edge digital and marketing solutions. At InterDigital, we want to help our clients find success. Our team of technology gurus work together to ensure InterDigital continues to progress forward as technology advances. At InterDigital, we make technology work for you. Visit interdigital.com for IT support, web development, virtual tours, graphic design, internet marketing, mobile app, and film production services.
InterDigital, laser focused on your success.
Back for the bottom of the second inning. It's Carson-Newman 2 and Concord 1. Andrew Rogers here on the call for Carson-Newman softball. Glad to have everyone listening or watching with us here on Flow Sports. This ball bounced in and is going to hit Abby Martin. Second hit batter by Bauer, and on the first pitch of the bottom of the second inning, Martin is aboard. So for back-to-back innings, Carson-Newman will start the inning and get a base runner in Martin, and back to the top of the order for Sienna Cameron, who takes ball 1. The pitch got just away from the catcher, enough to allow Martin to steal second, and just like that, 2 pitches into the bottom of the second, and Carson-Newman has a runner in scoring position. So Martin swipes second base for her first stolen bag of the year, and Cameron swings and fouls one back and out of play. 1 ball, 1 strike here in the bottom of the second inning. Carson-Newman was able to record 1 hit. It was Macaulay Bailey's single to left. In that first inning, they scored the Eagles their 2 runs on a pair of walks in that first inning. 1-1 is high for ball 2 from Bauer, who outside of the walks pitched a fine first inning, but the walks proved to be costly, allowing Carson-Newman to strike first and have now the 2-1 lead. Cameron swings at a 2-1 and fouls it out of play. Evens up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Second at bat in as many innings for Cameron. Drew a 4-pitch walk to open things up in the bottom of the first. 2-2 is once again fouled back and out of play. Cameron, another player for Michael Graves a season ago that hit above 400, 55 hits. And at one point in 2022, it hit safely in 16 straight games. As the 2-2 pitch is high for ball 3. 3 balls, 2 strikes. A quality at bat to this point for Sienna Cameron. With the Eagles ahead 2-1, and swings and misses does Cameron at a pitch probably outside the zone. Little smile from Cameron. I think she knew that she chased that pitch from Bauer that was outside, and it's the first out of the second inning. First strikeout of the season for Caitlin Bauer. And now Lily Holston steps in for the second time. For Carson-Newman, takes a pitch above the hands for ball 1. Mentioned Carson-Newman's success in season openers. Eagles have not beaten Concord at home since 2015. You got to go back to that 2015 season. The last time Carson-Newman beat the Mountain Lions here at the Vic. Swing and a miss from Holston, and it's 1-2. The Mountain Lions came to Mossy Creek in 2017 for a doubleheader and won 3-1 in both games. Eagles trying to seek revenge here this afternoon as Holston fouls one back and out of play. Count remains at a ball and 2 strikes. Another 1-2. High fastball that Holston stays away of. Evens the count back up. 2 balls and 2 strikes and out here in the bottom of the second. And Abby Martin standing at second base after getting hit by a pitch to open up this inning. And on the next pitch, stealing second base. 2-2 popped up in the infield in foul ground. It's the catcher being called off by the third baseman, Stacy, who makes the catch, and there's 2 outs. A couple of foul ball pop-outs for Carson-Newman here early on in this season opener. Third pop-out for the 5 outs that Concord has recorded so far. And now Macy Hughes steps in with 2 outs. First pitch to her found back. 14th and 15th all-time meetings will take place here today at the Vic. Eagles lead the series 8-5. Largest margin of victory for Carson-Newman was last year's meeting on February 25th. A 9-1 victory, 8-run victory in 5 innings down at the Bearcat Fleet Invitational in Greenwood, South Carolina. A 1 pitch just missed. It was a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs in a 2-1 game in the bottom of the second inning. The first of 2 here on at opening day in Mossy Creek. One is high again to Hughes for ball 2. This Concord team picked 6th in their conference in the Mountain East South Division this year. Carson-Newman picked 5th in the South Atlantic Conference preseason poll. Swing and a miss from Hughes, and the count is even. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bottom of the second inning. Eagles lead it 2-1. Bauer trying to strand the runner at second, but our 2-2 pitch misses high, and a full count. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Six of the 12 Carson-Newman hitters to the plate so far have seen a 3-ball count, and Bauer wins the battle against Hughes here as she gets the first baseman for Carson-Newman to swing and miss for strike 3. A pair of strikeouts for Bauer and the Lions in the second. We're through 2 at the Vic. It's Carson-Newman 2, Concord 1.
Serving East Tennessee for 40 years, Magaha Electric is the perfect choice for all your electrical projects. Magaha Electric specializes in commercial, retail, manufacturing, residential, and industrial contracting needs. Magaha Electric can provide superior service, technical know-how, and realistic budgeting for any size project in a timely, cost-effective manner. Visit MagahaElectric.com for all your electrical contracting needs. Magaha Electric, your East Tennessee electrical contracting source.
We love to cheer for our home teams, like the Eagles. It means more when we're rooting for the people we know. Did you know Tri-Lite is your home team internet provider? We're right here in Jefferson City, serving the people we know with our ultra-fast, ultra-reliable fiber broadband network. And we'd love to serve you. Learn more at trilite.net or by calling 833-847-0824. Go Eagles!
Top of the third inning, it's 2-1. Carson-Newman ahead of Concord in the season opener for both of these two teams. On a 38, we might get to 40-degree day here in Jefferson City, Tennessee. Certainly chilly temperatures to kick off the season. Pretty much a week earlier than Carson-Newman played its season, or home opener, I should say, last year. Wasn't until February 8th against Lee's McRae Carson-Newman kicked off their home slate. This year, February 1st, Michael Graves wants to open up at home for his team as Riley Gaddis back into the circle to face Amani Campbell for the first time. And Campbell takes a pitch low for ball 1. And it's a long look into our fellow freshman catcher Macaulay Bailey, and the 1-0 offering from Riley Gaddis at the knees. And it misses just below the knees part, possibly there to Campbell. And it's 2-0. Through 2 innings, Concord has 2 hits, the Eagles just 1. And the Eagles do have an error in the field so far, but Carson-Newman's taken advantage of a pair of walks in that first inning to lead by a run. 2-0 is a strike. Mentioned Gaddis in her stellar play in high school. 3-sport athlete. Also in high school played volleyball and basketball. All around good athlete as Campbell chased a high fastball out of play to even up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Gaddis gets the ball to open up the season for Michael Graves. Could be relied upon to make a huge impact in the circle for this team. In her first year on campus, was recruited by Georgia State, Oklahoma Christian, and Grand Canyon University, but chose Carson-Newman. One hopper into right field to Vandergrift. It's a base hit. The throw gets away from Hughes, and Campbell's able to slide into second base safely. Turns a single and is able to get to second base on the throwing error from Mary Vandergriff. And Concord, for the second consecutive inning, has the leadoff player aboard. That is a single and a throwing error from Vandergriff to allow Campbell to take off for second base. Tried to gun Campbell at first, but was unable to get her in time, and the ball got away from Hughes. So the second error by a Carson-Newman outfielder here in the opener. And Gaddis now will work with Campbell at second. In the top of the order, Kylie Stacy. The lefty slaps one into shallow center. Cameron charging in, makes the catch for the first down. We've seen this Concord team be very aggressive at first pitches. That time Stacy was, but unable to get aboard and flies out for the first down. Ground ball right side. Martin fields it, takes it to the bag herself, sprinting and out running Privet for a out in the second out of the inning. So 4 unassisted for the second out. Quickly, 2 pitches back-to-back by Gaddis are quickly outs, and with 2 gone, it's the 3-hitter Sarah Thompson stepping in. First pitch to Thompson is ball 1. To Thompson is right at the waist for strike 1. Thompson, in her first plate appearance, swung at the first pitch and lined down to the shortstop die. That was in the first inning. Cap off a 1-2-3 inning for Gaddis and the Eagles, trying to maintain a 2-1 lead and strand the runner at third. 1-1. Just a little low. Good frame job from Bailey, but does not get the call, and it's ball 2. Mentioned Thompson, a All-Mountain East Conference second-team pick a season ago after hitting .325 and being the leader of this Concord team a season ago. Trying to help tie this game up against the Eagles. 2-1, a strike. And it evens up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs. Gaddis a long look in to her catcher. Bailey has the sign, and Gaddis winds and delivers a 2-2. It bounced in, a breaking ball that Thompson stayed away from. And the count runs full. 3 balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs in the top of the third inning. Carson-Newman 2 and Concord 1. Gaddis has the sign, winds, and delivers a payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Riley Gaddis' first strikeout strands a runner in the top half of the third inning. Amani Campbell's leadoff single, but she is stranded at third, and the Eagles hold on to a 1-run lead. To the bottom of the third, can Carson-Newman create some separation from the Mountain Lions? Come back and find out with us here on the Eagles Sports Network.
At InterDigital, we strive to be a leading provider of cutting-edge digital and marketing solutions. At InterDigital, we want to help our clients find success. Our team of technology gurus work together to ensure InterDigital continues to progress forward as technology advances. At InterDigital, we make technology work for you. Visit interdigital.com for IT support, web development, virtual tours, graphic design, internet marketing, mobile app, and film production services.
InterDigital. laser focused on your success.
Looking to make your home more comfortable and affordable? Maybe a new electric heat pump or a new attic insulation? And don't forget new doors and windows. AEC is here to help. We've got a quality contractor network, easy financing, and ANC inspects every job to assure the highest quality satisfaction. Visit our website at aecoop.org for application, contractor list, and more details. AEC. We're power with purpose. It's halftime. We'll head back to the arena for the ShopCNEagles.com halftime report in just 60 seconds on the Eagle Sports Network.
Serving East Tennessee for 40 years, Magaha Electric is the...
Back for the bottom of the third inning. Leading things off is the catcher, Macaulay Bailey, who takes the first pitch for strike one. Bauer back out there for a third inning. 0-1 is low for ball one. Bailey responsible for Carson-Newman's only hit through the first two innings, and was stranded at third base in that first inning where Carson-Newman had bases loaded multiple times. 1-1 is grounded off the mid of the third baseman. It goes to the shortstop. Bailey beats out the throw as it runs up against the fence. And a leadoff runner aboard for Carson-Newman. Macaulay Bailey makes that Carson-Newman's third consecutive runner aboard in the inning. All three innings, Carson-Newman's got the first batter of the inning to reach base. And now to the plate is Hayden Dye. Bailey's got both hits for Carson-Newman as Dye takes the first pitch upstairs for ball one. Dye drew a walk and was stranded at second back in the first inning for the Eagles. Hit .314 as part of a stellar freshman season, did Dye. And drew her first run batted in with that walk in the first inning as she fouls one back. And the count evens up at a ball and a strike. Well, this was the inning last year that got to Bauer. She was only able to record 6 outs last year against Carson-Newman, allowing 5 hits and 6 runs, and walked 7 as Dye pops one up in the infield. Bauer over, now the first baseman Thompson calls her off and makes the catch for the first out. So Dye pops out and is retired for the first time today. And now Carson-Newman's third baseman steps into the plate, Brooke Matisovsky. Matisovsky takes the first pitch high, ball one. A check swing, and it's knocked foul. The senior transfer from Eastern Connecticut State is behind the count, or evens up the count, I should say, with a ball and a strike after the check swing that is fouled off to the right. 0-1 is slammed out to left center field. This ball is gone. Brooke Matisovsky leaves the yard. A 2-run shot to left center, hit on a line, and Carson-Newman has its first dinger of the year. It's 4-1. An absolute laser from the third baseman. The transfer makes an impact in the opener. And the Eagles strike for 2 more in third. Just like that, the lead is extended for Carson-Newman. Off the bat of Brooke Matasovsky. And now Bauer delivers a pitch to Gaddis that runs inside and hit her on the elbow. So every inning, Carson-Newman has had a base runner reach via the hit by pitch. Mentioned Matasovsky being a Division III All-American. Showing why with that swing of the bat. She was one of 15 finalists last year for National Player of the Year as well. And hit 15 home runs. First pitch is outside and high. 4-1. On a strike now with an out here in the third. To the Eagles' right fielder, Mary Vandergriff. Gaddis aboard at first, to the Eagles ahead 4-1. This pitch runs inside and it hits Vandergriff. So after the home run for Matasovsky, a couple of hit by pitches for Carson-Newman to get 2 more runners aboard. Gaddis moves up to second and Vandergriff's aboard for the first time in 2023 as Abby Martin steps in. Corners shift in as Martin gets hit in the back. 3 hit by pitches in a row. You don't see that very often, and that brings Concord's head coach Alyssa Morris out of the dugout from the third base side to talk with her pitcher Bauer. So talk about being rattled. The first pitch after the home run, Bauer hits Gaddis. 3 pitches later, Vandergriff is hit. And Martin, on her first pitch of her second at bat, also gets hit by a pitch. 5 hit by pitches. And we're in the bottom of the third inning. And back to the top of the order for Sienna Cameron. All right, bases loaded yet again for Carson-Newman's Eagles. And it's Sienna Cameron for the third time in as many innings to swing the bat for Carson-Newman. First pitch misses, it's ball 1. Gaddis at third, Vandergriff at second, and Martin at first, all reaching on hit by pitches. 1-0 to Martin, high, ball 2. We mentioned it early in the inning that this was the inning last year that Bauer fell apart and walked 7 hitters. She didn't hit as many batters last year, but she walked a ton. 2-0 pitch. High, ball 3. She's in danger of walking Cameron and walking in the third run of the day. Pitch count is already above 60 for the sophomore. And now able to find the strike zone on the 3-0 offering to Cameron for strike 1. Cameron, a first inning walk, struck out in the second. Carson-Newman only has 3 hits but has 4 runs. The 3-1 bounced in, it's ball 4, and Carson-Newman scores for the 5th time today, 3rd time via the walk, as Riley Gaddis scores, and it's 5-1. Everybody moves up a spot. Vandergriff to third, Martin to second, and Cameron aboard for the second time, drawing her second walk. So Caitlin Bauer with 3 walks, or 4 walks, I should say, and 5 hit by pitches. She's allowed Carson-Newman to reach 9 times without having to record a hit. The first pitch swinging is Holston. This is lifted into left field. Campbell into left center field makes the catch. The runners stay put for Carson-Newman, and there's 2 outs. Holston flies out to left field, and with 2 outs in the bottom of the third, it brings Macy Hughes to the plate. Everybody will hit in this third inning for Carson-Newman. The inning started with Macaulay Bailey's single, and she is now on deck. Hughes, the 9th hitter of the inning for Carson-Newman. First pitch, a strike. Oh-1 fouled back. And there's 2 strikes on Carson-Newman's first baseman, Macy Hughes, looking for her first hit of 2023. Has been hit by a pitch and has struck out in her first 2 plate appearances in this game. 0-2 fouled back again. Good, healthy hack from Hughes to stay alive. Base is still full of Eagles here in the bottom of the third inning, leading 5-1, trying to extend the lead as Hughes steps out and will readjust prior to another 0-2 offering. Pitch just a little bit high to Hughes. It's ball 1. Bauer approaching 70 on the pitch count. There is an arm loosening for the Mountain Lions. 1-2. Again, just a little bit outside. Maybe a high as well. And 2's across the scoreboard. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Eagles trying to make Bauer pay for the hit by pitches here in the third. Another pitch outside the zone. This one low. And the runners will be on the move. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Bauer trying to escape this third inning and keep the deficit at 4 runs. The arm that's loosened for Concord is stopped for this pitch as Hughes fouls one back on a pitch that was running inside and bangs off the press box. Count remains 3-2. With that arm that was warming up for Concord done, you maybe figure, is this the last batter for Bauer if she can't get Hughes, who fouls another one back. Third straight foul ball, and the first baseman stays alive. Bauer steps outside the circle to reset prior to another payoff pitch, and Hughes once again swings and fouls one back. Four straight foul balls from Hughes to stay alive and force another payoff pitch from Bauer. And Hughes thought about holding back, instead went through and swings and misses for her second strikeout. Bauer's third strikeout of the game. The Eagles strand 3 but record 2 hits and score 3 runs in the third. We're through 3 at the Bic. It's 5-1 Carson-Newman here on the Eagle Sports Network.
How do you show your support for Carson-Newman? Head over to shopseeandeagles.com right now, where they have all of your needs covered. From clothing to outfitting your tailgate party, whether you're hunting, fishing, or on the golf course, shopseeandeagles.com is the place for you. All of your everyday essentials, from pens to phone chargers, are in one place. For the best gear in the business, visit shopseeandeagles.com today.
Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles.
Back for the top of the fourth inning, Carson-Newman 5, Concord 1. To this point, each team has 3 hits. Carson-Newman has a couple of errors in the field, both by outfielders, but a 4-run lead thanks to the number of walks and the number of hit-by pitches, and a home run from Brooke Matisovsky. Riley Gaddis back out here for her 4th inning of work. And the first pitch of this top of the 4th to Courtney Raines is a strike. Raines with one of the 3 hits for the Mountain Lions so far. Came around to score the Mountain Lions' only run on an RBI base hit from Morgan Klein. The wind and the pitch from Gaddis, low, and it's a ball. Busy day here in Mossy Creek. 5 total home events and 5 total events that'll take place today. Carson-Newman Baseball has its season opener that should have started by now. It was set for a 1 p.m. first pitch, taking on Mars Hill. 2 games with softball here today. This is the first with a second to follow, and then both basketballs in action. A big one in a rivalry game with Lincoln Memorial. The women's game tips off at 5:30. The men's game tips off at 7:30. Lincoln Memorial men's team top 10 in the country. A big opportunity for Carson-Newman to get a quality win this evening. 2-1 pitches fouled back into the bleachers. And there's 2 balls and 2 strikes on Courtney Raines, the second baseman. It was 1 for 1. So far. She was the only player for Concord last year to start all 52 games. That was as a freshman. Hit 222 across the board, 4 doubles, and drove in 25. 2-2 pitch on the way from Gaddis. It's grounded softly, backhanded by Gaddis, and she'll toss on to first to Hughes for the first out. Quality play made by Gaddis with the glove. Second time today she's made a play herself on a ground ball. There's 1 gone in the 4th. Bring Lacey Lewis to the plate. This is the part of the order for the Mountain Lions that had success in that second inning. Raines and Lewis combined for back-to-back hits, and then Klein had the double. And that's the part of the order that's up in this inning for the Mountain Lions, 4, 5, and 6. First pitch, a strike at the knees to Lewis. You break down this Carson-Newman roster: 4 seniors, 4 juniors, 9 freshmen, and 5 sophomores. So 14 of the 22 players for Michael Graves this year are underclassmen. And of the 4 seniors, 2 were in the starting lineup in Game 1, that being Vandergriff and Matisovsky. Gaddis is ahead with 2 strikes and an out here in the 4th, and the Eagles ahead 5-1. The wind and the pitch from the righty. It bounces in, a good block from Bailey. And there's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Just getting a piece of that one is Lewis to stay alive. Did enough to make contact to stay alive in her second at bat here in the fourth. The line and delivery from Gaddis. It's lined in the left field. Holston ranging to her left. Able to make the catch. And there's 2 outs. Fly ball to Holston out there and left is the second out of the inning. Last season, or under Michael Graves, when the Eagles have scored in the first inning, which they did today and scored 2, they're 56-16. Since 2014, Carson-Newman's 127-39 when doing so. They're 71-15 under Michael Graves when scoring first, while they're below 500 when the opponent scores first. So sometimes we look at it in all different sports when usually you get on the board first. That helps set the tone for a quality effort that day. And so far it's lived up to it for Carson-Newman, who's built off the 2-run first inning to get 3 more in the third to have the 5-1 lead. Pitch to Klein. Misses for ball 1. Klein with the RBI double. She was stranded at third in that second inning. Another pitch runs low to Klein. 2 balls. And no strikes. Got us a long look in, trying to get a strike in this at-bat to Klein. The 3-0 is grounded into right field, base hit. Vandergriff going to throw her out at first. It was hit well enough by Klein in right field that Mary Vandergriff was able to field it cleanly and throw out Klein at first. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Gaddis and the Eagles, who head back to the plate, trying to build on a 5-1 lead as we head to the bottom of the fourth. After this on the Eagles Sports Network.
Dorm food got you down? Need a home-cooked meal? Then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long, from the morning with her $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Serving East Tennessee for 40 years, Magaha Electric is the perfect choice for all your electrical projects. Magaha Electric specializes in commercial, retail, manufacturing, residential, and industrial contracting needs. Magaha Electric can provide superior service, technical know-how, and realistic budgeting for any size project in a timely, cost-effective manner. Visit MagahaElectric.com for all your electrical contracting needs. Magaha Electric, your East Tennessee electrical contracting source.
Bottom of the fourth inning here at the Vic. 5-1 Carson-Newman. Same part of the order that started last half inning for Carson-Newman. Macaulay Bailey, 4, 5, and 6. Hayden Dye, Brooke Matasovsky to follow. Against Caitlin Bauer, who's back out for another inning of work. After struggling a little bit in the third, but she was able to strand the bases loaded and keep the deficit at 4. Next pitch low as well. Bailey ahead of the count. To begin the fourth inning, she has two of Carson-Newman's 3 hits and takes a big hack and swings and foul tips one back for strike one. And the Eagles with 3 hits. Bailey has 2. Matasovsky has the home run for the other Carson-Newman hit here in the season opener. The first of 2 as Bailey swings and fouls one back. And the count is 3 balls and 2 strikes. Figure game 2 will start, we'll say estimate 15 to 30 minutes, somewhere in that time frame, after the conclusion of game number 1. As Bailey grounds one through the left side, and she's got a 3-hit afternoon. Macaulay Bailey, 3 hits, 3 singles, 3 plate appearances for the freshman from Cross Plains, Tennessee. And for the 4th consecutive inning, Carson-Newman has the leadoff man aboard. Bailey's first collegiate game is one that she will not forget. A 3-hit performance to bring Dye to the plate, who golfs one in the infield. The shortstop is over. That is Lewis underneath of it to make the catch for the first out. So Lewis makes the catch. Dye is retired for the second time. Back-to-back pop-outs for her. And that's the first out of the 4th. The first pitch swinging. Matasovsky sends one to left center at the warning track, and running up against the wall is the center fielder, Kayla McCraw, making the catch on the run, running into the wall for the second out. It looked like for a second that Matasovsky had back-to-back dingers for Carson-Newman in back-to-back innings in both of her plate appearances the last 2 innings. Instead, it's the center fielder, McCraw, making the catch at the warning track for the second out. As Gaddis steps in and swings at the first pitch to foul it back for strike one. Gaddis today a walk and a hit by pitch to her line. She's reached both times, has scored once, and grounds one to the right side off a couple of hops. It's fielded cleanly by Rains. She'll flip to the shortstop, Lewis, for the final out of the inning. So a force out there at second ends the 4th. Carson-Newman 5, Concord 1 through 4 innings at the Vic. Back for the top half of the 5th after these messages on the Eagles Sports Network.
At InterDigital, we strive to be a leading provider of cutting-edge digital and marketing solutions. At InterDigital, we want to help our clients find success. Our team of technology gurus work together to ensure InterDigital continues to progress forward as technology advances. At InterDigital, we make technology work for you. Visit interdigital.com for IT support, web development, virtual tours, graphic design, internet marketing, mobile app, and film production services.
InterDigital, laser focused on your success.
We love to cheer for our home teams, like the Eagles. It means more when we're rooting for the people we know. Did you know Tri-Lite is your home team internet provider? We're right here in Jefferson City, serving the people we know with our ultra-fast, ultra-reliable fiber broadband network. And we'd love to serve you. Learn more at trilite.net or by calling 833-847-0824. Go Eagles!
Brooke is an absolute unit.
Top of the 5th inning here at the Vic. 5-1 Carson-Newman through 4 innings. The Eagles have used a 2-run first and a 3-run third to have the 4-run lead. The 1 run scored by Rains off the hit from Kleins. The only run scored for Concord. You heard somebody there in the mic down there just below the dugout on the Carson-Newman side saying Brooke is an absolute unit after that long fly ball. That long home run showcasing her new teammates, what she is able to do at the plate, and she's made a few plays in the field as well for this team. First pitch from Gaddis is low for ball one to Lorelei Ellerby, the freshman from Florida. Gaddis winds and a 1-0. Swing and a miss, strike one. Riley Gaddis so far, 4 innings pitched, 3 hits, 1 run. It's an unearned run, 1 strikeout, and she's not allowed any free passes. Ball and a strike to Concord's catcher Ellerby, who takes low ball 2. Two balls and 1 strike, top of the 5th inning. Eagles 5, Mountain Lions 1. This ball tapped foul off the end of the bat for strike 2 on Ellerby. Michaela Pullum for Concord, player that caught a bunch of games last year, 30 games, 28 starts. Even missed a month with an injury, as a player that's back, graduate student, listed as a catcher/utility, not on the lineup here in game 1. Certainly an impact player that probably may catch game 2 for this team, but not in the lineup here in game number 1. With Ellerby drawing the start behind the plate. 3 balls, 2 strikes to the leadoff hitter in the top half of the 5th. The wind, the pitch from Gaddis. Called strike 3. She went to the fastball and gets Ellerby looking for the called strikeout. Second K for Gaddis here at her first career start. And there's 1 out in the 5th. To the plate for Concord is Kayla McCraw. Swings at the first pitch and grounds one through the left side past a diving Manisovsky for a base hit. So first hit of the year for Kaylee McCraw in her second plate appearance. 4th hit for Concord, and they have a 1-out base runner. We've seen Concord be very aggressive and have success. That's the team's 4th hit as mentioned, and 3 of their 4 hits are off the first pitch. So something that Carson-Newman maybe become aware of, that Mountain Lions have been relatively aggressive early in counts against the freshman Gaddis. And have had success. Campbell bunts it. It goes off the mid of Matisovsky, and it's an infield single for Amani Campbell. And just like that, back-to-back singles, has 2 runners aboard for the Mountain Lions. Two aboard, 1 out. And a good response here for Concord here in the 5th. Trying to cut into this Carson-Newman lead and back to the top of the order for Kylie Stacy. She shows bunt, and the Eagles had shifted, and their bunt alignment had the corners coming in. Pitch was low for ball 1. So with the infielders going to move in, that means second base won't be occupied. The center fielder Cameron would be the one to come in and field second, but the shortstop Dye will move to third for the force there, and the second baseman Martin will shift to first base. So they've got those 2 bags covered for a potential play. 1-0 is popped up in foul ground. Manisovsky gives it a look, and it's out of play. 1-1 strike and an out here in the fifth. Gaddis a look in, facing the lefty Stacy for the third time today. And it's tapped foul. Showed bunt, swung at the 1-0, fouls the 1-1 off to move the count to a ball and 2 strikes. Tying run is on deck, so Concord at some point is going to have to put a couple of base hits together here. Try to drive in some runs if they want to make a late surge here in the final couple of innings here in game number 1 of 2. Gaddis a look into her catcher. Bailey has the sign into her windup in the 1-2. Is grounded back to Gaddis. She'll go to first with it. The play is made for the second out. Runners move up, so at the worst it's a sacrifice for Stacy to be able to get the runners into scoring position. She moves the runners over. And there's 2 outs. McCraw to third and Campbell to second base to bring Jolie Privet to the plate. Gotta figure, for the Mountain Lions here, that a base hit could score 2 at the speed of Amani Campbell at second. Pickett lines one to left. Coming in is Holston to make the catch for the final out. Carson-Newman and Gaddis get the job done after a couple of hits in the inning. The Eagles strand 2 and leave Concord scoreless for the 3rd consecutive inning. To the bottom of the 5th, Carson-Newman leads it 5-1. Back after this on the Eagles Sports Network.
At InterDigital, we strive to be a leading provider of cutting-edge digital and marketing solutions. At InterDigital, we want to help our clients find success. Our team of technology gurus work together to ensure InterDigital continues to progress forward as technology advances. At InterDigital, we make technology work for you. Visit interdigital.com for IT support, web development, virtual tours, graphic design, internet marketing, mobile app, and film production services.
InterDigital, laser focused on your success.
We love to cheer for our home teams, like the Eagles. It means more when we're rooting for the people we know. Did you know Tri-Lite is your home team internet provider? We're right here in Jefferson City, serving the people we know with our ultra-fast, ultra-reliable fiber broadband network. And we'd love to serve you. Learn more at trilite.net or by calling 833-847-0824. Go Eagles!
Back for the bottom of the 5th inning. Carson-Newman 5, Concord 1. First pitch to Mary Vandergriff. Runs outside. It's ball 1. Vandergriff so far a ground out and a hit by pitch, and she swings and misses at the 1-0 for a strike. Well, it looked like when things were going to unravel in the 3rd for Caitlin Bauer. Gave up 3 runs. The same inning a season ago against these same Eagles that she struggled and was forced out of the game after 2 innings of work. Vandergriff fouls one back, 1 ball, 2 strikes. She's responded, scoreless 4th, and is back out there for the 5th inning. Again, 2 games today. It's the season opener. Try to get as much as you can, maybe out of Caitlin Bauer here in the opener, so you have a couple of arms to use in game 2. 1-2 is high. It's ball 2. Vandergriff, a first-team All-South Atlantic Conference preseason pick. Lines one hard foul. Was all over that pitch from Bauer to keep the count at 2-2. Vandergriff last year hit nearly 400 in conference play. That's where she thrived a year ago, was against South Atlantic Conference opponents. Another 2-2. It's lined into center field. It hangs up, though, for the center fielder. McCraw, who on the run coming in, is able to make the catch. Well hit softball by Vandergrift that just held up too much and allowed McCraw to make the play for the first out. So the first time today that Bauer has recorded an out on the first batter she'll face. Previously, Carson-Newman had 4 consecutive runners aboard to open up the inning. As the 9-hitter Abby Martin takes the first pitch low for ball 1. Martin has not had a fun day at the plate. She's been hit twice so far. It's the first time she'll see multiple pitches in a bat. The first pitch to her both times she was hit. And now she'll swing and miss for strike 1. Ball and a strike with an out in the 5th. Eagles lead it by 4 runs. 1-1. Lined into right field. Diving effort. How about that from Jolie Privet, robbing Martin of her first hit of the year. Jolie Privet with a diving catch in right for the second out. Second time today that Concord has made some plays in the field, particularly the outfield. You go back to the 4th when Matasovsky gave a fly out to left center, and it was the center fielder McCraw robbing of Matasovsky of a dinger, making the catch on the run up against the wall up there in left center. And now it's the right fielder Privet who is able to come up with a diving effort here. And that ball is fouled away and bangs off a car. 2 strikes quickly on Carson-Newman's leadoff hitter, Sienna Cameron. The pitch, high and outside, ball 1. Cameron so far a walk in the first. She scored, struck out in the second. Walked in a run for her first RBI of the year in the 3rd. There's a ball slapped foul down the third base line and foul. And the count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes here in the bottom of the 5th inning. At the Vic. What is a cloudy, overcast day in Mossy Creek with a temperature maybe 40 for the season opener for Carson-Newman. 1-2, fouled off once again. Bauer a long look in for her first 1-2-3 inning. And Cameron fouls another one off. Good at bat here from Cameron, who's fouled multiple pitches off so far to stay alive. Another 1-2. It's grounded to the third baseman. A throw over in time. And the 1-2-3 inning is complete thanks to the strong throw by Stacy. A 1-2-3 5th. The Eagles go down in order for the first time. As we head to the top of the 6th, Riley Gaddis pitching well for Carson-Newman. Can she continue to do that? Find out when we come back for the top of the 6th here on the Eagles Sports Network.
How do you show your support for Carson-Newman? Head over to shopseeingeagles.com right now, where they have all of your needs covered. From clothing to outfitting your tailgate party, whether you're hunting, fishing, or on the golf course, shopseeingeagles.com is the place for you. All of your everyday essentials, from pens to phone chargers, are in one place. For the best gear in the business, visit shopseeingeagles.com today.
Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles.
Top of the 6th inning here in Mossy Creek. It's 5-1 Carson-Newman. The pitchers and the defense have been the story of the last 2 innings of this contest. Carson-Newman scored 3 in the 3rd thanks to Brooke Mataskovsky's 2-run home run. Since then, things have been more of a pitcher defensive battle. Neither team scored in the last 2 frames to bring us to a 5-1 score here in the 6th. Sarah Thompson will lead things off for Concord, her 3rd time into the plate. And right into the batter's box today, a line out and a strikeout for her so far. First pitch to Thompson outside, ball 1. Mentioned Thompson, one of the top hitters on this team last season, but has been held in check so far. 1-0. Right at the knees for a strike from Gaddis. Gaddis winds and delivers a 1-1. Outside ball number 2. Well, Gaddis, for a freshman and opening things up, has done very well. Has allowed 5 hits. The 1 run is an unearned run. She's not allowed any free passes and has 2 strikeouts. Have to be impressed with what she has been able to do so far. This ball's flared into right. Martin backtracking, calls off an incoming Vandergrift to make the catch for the first out. Check that. I don't think that was Martin. Like, different number. Yeah, that's a new number out there. That is Carmen Holt at second base for Carson-Newman. So Holt in at second now for Martin. She makes the play, and there's 1 out. First pitch to Raines, a ball. Courtney Raines into the batter's box, responsible for a hit so far and a ground out. 1 for 2 to this point. Pop up, infield, Hughes at first. Calls off, Holt makes the catch, there's 2 outs. Couple of pop outs into the infield on the right side are the first 2 outs of the 6th. And that'll bring Lacey Lewis to the plate with 2 outs. Two outs in the inning, and Lucy to the plate. Or Lewis to the plate, I should say. This ball's popped softly right to Matasovsky for the final out. How about the quick work from Gaddis? A quick 1-2-3 inning, 3 pop-outs, 3 outs. To the bottom of the 6th here in Mossy Creek. It's 5 for Carson-Newman and 1 for Concord. Eagles look to add some insurance in the bottom half of the 6th when we come back here on the Eagles Sports Network.
Dorm food got you down? Need a home-cooked meal? then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long, from the morning with their $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Serving East Tennessee for 40 years, Magaha Electric is the perfect choice for all your electrical projects. Magaha Electric specializes in commercial, retail, manufacturing, residential, and industrial contracting needs. Magaha Electric can provide superior service, technical know-how, and realistic budgeting for any size project in a timely, cost-effective manner. Visit MagahaElectric.com for all your electrical contracting needs. Magaha Electric, your East Tennessee electrical contracting source.
All right, bottom of the 6th inning. Eagles back to the plate. It's Lily Holston at the plate, and she takes the first pitch straight. Trying to get the Eagles back on the scoreboard. Here in the bottom of the 6th inning with a 4-run lead. Another couple of runs of insurance can be helpful always. With Carson-Newman 3 outs away from a season and home opening victory. Ball on a strike to Holston, who is 0 for 3 at the plate today. The only Carson-Newman player that's not reached base. That changes here, ripping a single into left. It's through the 5-6 hole. And Lily Holston has her first hit of 2023 on a 1-1 fastball. Holston's aboard, and now 5 of the 6 times Carson-Newman has started an inning, they've got the first runner aboard. We'll have a pinch runner as well for Holston. Can't exactly tell. The numbers on Carson-Newman's uniform are only on the back, so that is not as helpful when looking for numbers. With a CN logo on the front of it. It looks like 20 maybe is the guess here. Let's see. It is 20. Mary Robbins will pinch run for Carson-Newman to replace Holston. So Robbins will run. Figure Holston can come back in too and back to left field in the 7th defensively. Macy Hughes steps in with no one out in the 6th inning. Eagles looking for insurance. Hughes a hit by pitch and a couple of strikeouts today in her 3 plate appearances. Looking for her first hit as well. First pitch. Just a little bit upstairs, ball 1. Bauer's going to go the distance unless she unravels here in the 6th inning, and certainly have to be pleased if you're second-year head coach Alyssa Morris with how she has responded after the 3 runs in the 3rd inning to put up back-to-back scoreless frames as Hughes fouls one back for strike 1. Things definitely could have changed. This could have been a run rule the way things were going in the 3rd, but Bauer has responded, has not walked or hit a batter since that 3rd inning, and has greatly improved her work in the circle. But that Lions offense has not been able to muster up enough against the freshman Gaddis as Hughes rips one into right center field. It 2 hops up against the wall. Rounding 3rd and scoring is Robbins. The throw is well laid, and Macy Hughes with an RBI double. She'll go for 3rd on the throw in, and she slides in safely. Macy Hughes' first hit and first RBI of the season scores Mary Robbins, and it's 6-1. The speed from Robbins, soon as that ball hit off Hughes, Robbins took off and scores from first. Hughes gets to 3rd on the throw in, and it's 6-1, and we may have a change. We will have a change. It'll be Rachel Collar to come on for Concord. That is it for Caitlin Bauer. here in the season opener for the Mountain Lions. 6-1 Eagles. We'll let the new pitcher warm up and tell you about her after this on the Eagles Sports Network.
Dorm food got you down? Need a home-cooked meal? Then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long. From the morning with their $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Serving East Tennessee for 40 years, Magaha Electric is the perfect choice for all your electrical projects. Magaha Electric specializes in commercial, retail, manufacturing, residential, and industrial contracting needs. Magaha Electric can provide superior service, technical know-how, and realistic budgeting for any size project in a timely, cost-effective manner. Visit MagahaElectric.com for all your electrical contracting needs. Magaha Electric, your East Tennessee electrical contracting source.
All right, the new pitcher, Rachel Collars, a sophomore from Columbus, Ohio. She was part with Bauer last year for the 17 wins. Her and Bauer combined for those wins a season ago. And she's on for the first time, and the sophomore pitched 133 and a third innings a season ago as Matasovsky taps one foul. It's a ball and a strike. Or Macaulay Bailey, I should say. Macaulay Bailey at the plate for the Eagles, the catcher hitting in the cleanup spot. Fouls one off. Collar 100 strikeouts in those 133 innings pitched a season ago. Gets the ball for the first time. 1-1. Lined hard, foul. Two strikes, one ball on Bailey, who has had a day to remember for the freshman so far. Her first collegiate game, 3 plate appearances, 3 hits. This is her 4th here, going for a 4-hit day. Only one person that knows the answer to this, but I wonder how many times a Carson-Newman player has had a 4-hit day. Bailey's going to ground one to third, and she's out. To continue that thought, I meant to say players to record a 4-hit day in their first Carson-Newman game or first collegiate game, either or. I'm sure there's been 4-hit games through the years, but Bailey is not going to disappoint in her debut with Carson-Newman. Grounds out here, though, and is now 3 for 4. 3 hits in her first career game with the Eagles. And now 1 out in the inning for Hayden Dye. Dye takes upstairs for a ball. Macy Hughes continues to climb. Continues to bat runs in for Carson-Newman. Last year we mentioned she had 64. That was good for 4th in school history for runs batted in a single season. And already has 1 in 1 game now this year. 2 balls and a strike to Dye. It was 0 for 2, a walk and a couple of pop-outs for the shortstop, who takes this pitch that gets away from the catcher, but Hughes decides not to advance. This ball ripped foul. Absolutely launched foul, with Dye well ahead of that pitch in from Collar. Would have been gone had it stayed fair. And the count works full. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Carson-Newman's shortstop. Time called as a long look in from Collar decides allows Dye to step out and regroup prior to a payoff pitch. The 3-2 popped up for the third time today. Hayden Dye lifts one high into the infield. This will be caught by the shortstop Lewis for the second out. So Collar, after replacing Bauer, able to get a ground out and a pop out for the next 2 outs in the 2 batters she'll face so far. And now Brooke Matasovsky. Brooke homered in her second Carson-Newman at bat. The D3 All-American transfer is 1 for 3 today. A 2-run home run in the third to help create some separation. And what was a 2-1 game at the time. Her 2-run home run made it 4-1 to get the Eagles ahead by multiple runs for the first time. Next pitch high and away, ball 2. Due up in the 7th inning for Concord will be 6, 7, 8 of the batting order for the Mountain Lions as they'll try to mount a comeback against what could be, or will be, at least a 5-run deficit, if not more, depending on what the Eagles are able to do here with 2 outs in the 6th. The 2-1 from Collar is lifted into right center. It's going to flare down, and Brooke Matasovsky has her 3rd run batted in of the day, scoring Hughes from third at 7-1. Did enough to fist one to the right center field gap in between the right fielder Privet and the center fielder McCraw. It's 7-1. Second hit for Matasovsky. And a strike called on Gaddis. Pop up infield, shortstop Lewis has it, and that ends the inning. But Carson-Newman is able to score another run. Macy Hughes scores from third on the base hit from Mataskovsky. To the 7th, Carson-Newman 3 outs away from a season and home opening victory to open up the doubleheader here this afternoon. 7th inning coming up after this on the Eagle Sports Network.
Dorm food got you down? Need a home-cooked meal? Then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long. From the morning with her $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Serving East Tennessee for 40 years, Magaha Electric is the perfect choice for all your electrical projects. Magaha Electric specializes in commercial, retail, manufacturing, residential, and industrial contracting needs. Magaha Electric can provide superior service, technical know-how, and realistic budgeting for any size project in a timely, cost-effective manner. Visit MagahaElectric.com for all your electrical contracting needs. Magaha Electric, your East Tennessee electrical contracting source.
All right, top of the 7th inning, 7-1 advantage for Carson-Newman's Eagles. Morgan Klein, Lorelei Ellerby, and Kayla McCraw due up for Concord pending any changes. This part of the order is combined to go 2, 4, 6 at the plate so far. And they'll be charged with trying to get things started in the 7th for Concord to muster up a rally against Riley Gaddis, the freshman, going for a complete game shutout in her first career start. Mary Robbins is into the game, stays in. She is in right field. Mary Vandergriff moves to left, and Holston out of the game, who was run for by Robbins. With Holt at second and Merton still in center. Foul back here by Klein moves the count to a ball and a strike. Ball and a strike to Klein, who singled back in the second inning and fouls one back. It's 1-2. Ball and 2 strikes to open up the top of the 7th inning. If you're just joining us, Carson-Newman walked in, was able to score on a couple of walks in the first, 2-0. RBI base hit for Madison Klein, or Morgan Klein, I should say. Brought Concord within 1 in the second. Eagles scored 3 in the third, 1 off a walk, 2 runs off a Maniskovsky home run. Made it 5-1. The Eagles finally able to add on some insurance in the 6th, scoring 2 more runs on a Macy Hughes RBI double and a Brooke Maniskovsky single to bring us to a 7-1 score here in the opener. Another 1-2 from Gaddis. Grounded foul, first base side. Again, the first of 2. The second one was slated to get going at 2. It is 2 o'clock, so it won't be starting at 2, but more likely around the 2:30 range. Another 1-2. This pitch is well high. They have slipped off the hand of Gaddis for ball 2. To even up the count to the leadoff hitter Klein to begin the 7th. Another 2-2. Ground ball, third base. Maniskovsky will field in. Lasers one over to Hughes at first, and that's the first out of the inning. Klein retired on the ground out, and Carson-Newman 2 outs away from victory number 1. I'll bring Lorelei Ellerby to the plate. Check that. That's a pinch hitter. Micaiah Pullum. So Pullum pinch hitting here for Ellerby. Mentioned how she started 29 games. One of the catchers, a graduate student. Will pinch hit for the catcher Ellerby here. Possibly could get the start in the second game as she watches a couple of pitches go by for balls. So Pullum into the game for Ellerby, trying to provide a spark in the 7th. Gaddis winds and delivers a 2-0. And that misses upstairs. 3 balls, no strikes. Three balls and no strikes, 1 out in the 7th. And Pullum will step out, probably taking all the way here in the 7th inning, and a 3-ball no strike count. The line, the pitch from Gaddis. Right down Main Street for a strike. Pullum nods her head in agreement with the call. Three balls and a strike Gaddis going for the complete game in her first career start. No earned runs allowed. And she gets Pullum to foul one back, and there's 2 strikes. Carson-Newman's big hole to fill was in a circle with the graduation of Sarah King, who's now an assistant coach with the team. King appeared in 34 games and started 21 last year as Gaddis gets a swing and a miss by Pullum. Strikeout number 3 for the freshman, and there's 2 outs. That was the big area. Yes, you have Sierra Rogers back this year. She was the second most pitcher to appear in a game last year for Carson-Newman with 28. Had the third best ERA, I should say, on the team. Ground ball left side, throw over in time. Macy Hughes secures it, and Carson-Newman sends down Concord in order to win its first game of the season. 7-1 the final score. The Eagles explode, get the early lead, add some insurance late for win number 1. It's